Hey, visionary woman, have you been planning your next big project in your head for months? Now's your opportunity to put legs on it. Join the Season to Shine Summer Incubator starting mid-August and craft and launch your next breakthrough business idea in just 6 weeks. Whether it's an in-person experience, a book, or a unique online program, we're here to help. For more details, tap the Shine link in the show notes. Let's turn your vision into reality together. Think about what it is you're wanting to achieve. Imagine if you spent the next 3 months really focused, hunkering down on all those things that you say you really, really want to do, and you do it and you come out the other end and it's this beautiful thing. You have accomplished it. Like, how does it feel to have done the thing that's on your heart to do? Hi, welcome to the Connect with Sheila Battella podcast. I'm an entrepreneur, self-care strategist, and creator of the Seasons self-care app. I'm committed to helping you reconnect to your purpose, improve your well-being, and build your version of a happy, successful life. You're listening to a Monday minisode where I share an insight designed to help you live into what lights you up this week. And today we're talking about busy lives and getting to that thing that you know you want to be getting to, but maybe it's taking you a little bit of time to figure it out because, well, you don't have a whole lot of time. And really, that's what this is all about. It's like creating time for your next big idea. I come across people a lot, and I can really recognize it because this has been me a lot of my life too, in many different occasions, I should say, where there have been ideas that I've wanted to pursue, and there have been challenges that have come up along the way that have derailed me. And let's just face it, life, when you are connected in any kind of relationships or any kind of dynamic where it's not just you, it can pose a challenge at times for actually putting feet to your dreams and your ideas. And there are some really beautiful ways that you actually can make traction if you get really clear on the fact that you actually want to do this thing. I think that's the most important thing. Clarity on exactly what you're going to do and exactly what it's going to look like. Frankly, that never comes until you actually move forward and take action. That's been my experience. However, clarity on, is this the direction that I want to walk into? That's another thing. So I wanted to talk about really, the challenge of when these new ideas are landing while you're already busy in your busy life, perhaps growing your business, growing your family maybe, and wanting to take care of yourself along the way. It's a real deal when you're wanting to build muscle and stay hydrated and go for a walk and be there for your loves and serve your existing clients, as well as, going after that new idea that's coming to you, and you just know that you need to get started on it because tomorrow may never come to do this, right? We put things off all the time. And when you know that your soul is calling you into something and you just need to make space for it, this is where getting really, really honest with yourself is so important. And that's why I said the clarity piece is so important in terms of, is that at least the direction you're willing to go? Because there's going to be an element of circumstance and challenge that may come up. It's going to involve sacrifice, right? So really, it's a matter of how do we juggle the day-to-day operations of our life, client meetings, getting from one place to the next, feeding ourselves. There are ways of doing this. And it's so important to really consider what we need to be doing in relation to this, because if we don't, well, yeah, the dream may not get out there, but also how are we feeling in the process? It's so very clear to me after experiencing so many different types of challenges in the lives of people around me. And I've also witnessed in my own life, witnessed myself almost and as an out-of-body experience when I've noticed myself edging towards overdoing and what that feels like. And there are people surrounding my world that burnout has been a very real thing. And on this podcast, I've had a number of people come on and share their stories. And actually, the road through burnout to the other side often led them into a completely new body of work, which is beautiful. But they really wish that they didn't have to go through that. So that's part of their mission, but also mine, to help you really make ways and steps to not allow burnout to get you down. Your dreams are important, and you need to have a full semblance of caring for yourself along the way. And so growing a business and having self-care seems kind of counterintuitive. Like, how is that even possible? But that is the framework and the basis of my work. And, as you're going through that process, thinking about, I have this new thing I want to bring out into the world, you also want to look at it from the business perspective. If this is a business offering for you that you're trying to bring out into the world, if there is a new room that you're stepping into, if there are new people that you want to be meeting, you need to be strategic. You need to be thinking about, well, what is new? And then what is something that actually will resonate with the people? And is it in alignment with where things are going? Or is it something as we call blue ocean, which is, there's a book called Blue Ocean Theory, which is basically about like a completely new idea that hasn't been done before, which kind of feels so funny right now because there's so many ideas floating around and we feel like, is there anything new? Is there any new truth? But you may be doing something like just a shift, more unique in your own way. And so especially because of that, because you're charting your own course and making a new way forward, you want to be really thinking strategically so that you can get everything put together in a way that makes the most sense, that is actually going to be marketable, which can sometimes be a little tiring too. So all the more reason to be taking care of yourself along the way. And so what I've found to really help is a couple of things. One thing is something you've probably heard about before called time blocking. And the way I like to approach time blocking is to look at it from an energetic perspective. So perhaps okay, I have ideation time. I need to be sitting down and really getting clear on, okay, what is the strategy? What is the thing I really want to accomplish here? At least the bare bones of it, right? Something to get you started so you can start taking that action. Then number 2 would be time to actually create some form of plan of putting that into motion. Who do you need to delegate to? What can you do yourself, etc. And then there is the element of actually creating whatever it is that you're creating, whether it be the offer itself, a product perhaps, a talk, a book outline, like whatever it may be. And then it's like sitting down and actually doing the work of bringing it together. And then, of course, reaching out to the people and bringing the offering out into the world, getting visibility onto it. So those are a lot of things that require time, right? And they involve a little different piece of our brain, each one of them. When we are in like envisioning mode, then we tend to be using kind of a different part of our brain, more of an expansive part of our brain. So you want to be thinking, well, when are my ideas the sharpest? When do I find it really easy? What time of day to really go into this dreaming, this visioning, and try and time block, if you can, that type of work in that time slot during the day or during the week or on the weekend, whatever the case. Our dreams often, we're working on our soul work on the weekend, aren't we? To get things off the ground sometimes. And if we have a team, we want to be able to say, okay, who can I give these other pieces to that really I don't need to be doing, but also who is going to be able to sit with me during that time if you work best ideating with other people, which often that is the case. And I love to do that in my coaching circles, like really just kind of getting the ideas flowing. The other type of thing, so you can do this for each piece of the things that you need to be doing. When is your best content creation time? Like actually writing out the plan, writing out the emails, writing out the social media posts, and the actual, the nuts and bolts of what it is that you're creating. When are you most creative in that regard of actually getting down and doing the work? And of course, when are you most a connector? When do you have that energy to be getting onto phone calls or onto Zoom calls or in person meeting with people? Time block all of that, thinking about as much as you can anyway, thinking about what is the best, highest value of my time each time during the day. So that's the first thing that I find really, really helpful. The second, I mentioned it already, but it bears repeating, delegation, those things that are not the things that you want to spend a whole lot of time on because it takes you away from the things that are really high value for you. If you're able to delegate it, or if you're able to barter exchange your time at some point, maybe in the beginning of your business, if this is something new, but if you have an existing business, think about who can actually help you and take some things off of your plate to open you up to do the things that you do best, whatever that may be. For me, I love to be connecting with people. I love to be in this type of space, connecting with the large groups of people here on the podcast or on YouTube or wherever I may be. And so that stuff I just love to do. And then there are other things, maybe not so much. And so I'm able to kind of identify who can do those other things. And it becomes more and more over time as you grow your business. And then, of course, the third thing that is really important that has been so helpful for me is community support. And the way you can look at this is there's certainly no lack of different groups and things that are out there, but you want to be thinking about the alignment piece. Who are the type of people that you want to be spending your time with to help you bring an idea forward? It really takes time. It takes intention. And finding those people can sometimes take a lot of trial and error as well. And it's all good because I believe everyone that comes across our path is there for a reason and we can be a blessing to each other. Just that nature of connecting with each other is so beautiful. And it just brings you forth into a whole new area of creativity with your life. So really tune into that and find out ways of connecting with other people. And it's something that I love to do. I love to create circles. I actually have one. You've probably heard about the Season to Shine Summer Incubator, and it's all about getting your work out into the world. And it's a small group, so space will be limited for it. But if it interests you, check it out in the show notes. You can tap the link, and I'd love to have a conversation with you if it feels like something that you would like to do. Now, with all that said, it's a lot of details. So scheduling it and all of those things, understanding energetically where your time is going to be spent. It's also time to be realistic about how much you can actually do. Therefore, during this season of your life where you're wanting to elevate and do something new, it is about letting go of some things or putting some things on the side for a season. What can you say no to right now? What can you push forward 3 or 6 months? What can someone else do that you are currently doing and committed to? What can you walk away from if it's not important to you? What can you just hit pause on? Thinking about those things is really the thing that's going to help you open up that time. Because for you to move forward into something new and to go into new areas of work and enjoyment, it's going to take different skills, a different way of thinking about you and your time and your availability and what you're willing to do with your time than what got you to this place in time. And that can be hard to hear sometimes, but think about what it is you're wanting to achieve. Imagine if you spent the next 3 months really focused, hunkering down on all those things that you say you really, really want to do. And you do it and you come out the other end and it's this beautiful thing. You have accomplished it. Like, how does it feel to have done the thing that's on your heart to do? To take your business to the next level, to write that book, to write that song, to do that thing that is just calling you. How does it feel? And then who are the first people that you're calling to celebrate with you? Maybe some of those people you said, hey, look, I'm going to be really busy this season of time. Just please send me some prayers so I can do this thing and do it really well. Imagine that feeling. That is what we're after. Because you could imagine the other feeling of 3 months from now, nothing changes. Well, life around you might change, but you and what you're doing has not changed. And yet that thing is still tapping you on the shoulder. Think about it. Embody it. That's actually a really good indicator of knowing, is this for me? This helps you get the clarity on, should I move forward or not? So I hope that you get some clarity on your next steps. And I hope you find that encouragement that it is possible for you to be able to, even in a busy life, Put something in on your calendar, 5 days a week at the very least, extra time, move something else off, and you can move forward in getting this thing done. I'd love to hear how it goes. DM me. Let me know how this episode landed for you. Did it touch a nerve? Did it encourage you? It's a beautiful, creative life that we live in if we allow ourselves to get into that beautiful, creative space. And I hope that you do the same. So thanks for listening. If you got something valuable, please share this episode. Please rate and review it. I always love when you do. You can shout it out on the socials. And I just appreciate you so much. I hope you have a really beautiful rest of your day. Big blessings.